The reason why I'm doing it like this, not by choice. Not by choice, even remotely. Last week, I could not record anything. I am just barely getting back to the point where I can reasonably bring myself to be on camera and be somewhat entertaining. And it's still kind of a struggle at this point, and we'll see how this podcast goes as we progress. I have a feeling it might, go and just fucking fall off a cliff around the halfway point. Hopefully not. So, last week, I woke up on Monday and I felt, kind of tired. I felt lethargic. I had like a bit of a headache. I thought I was just, basically being a bit of a bitch about it and didn't want to do anything. This is not the first time. There's a lot of times I've woken up on a Monday being like, the weekend was so fun. I want to keep, not working. As much as I enjoy what I do on the channel, doing other things like playing video games, practicing guitar, things like that are all so fun, and I would like to spend my time doing those. So I've woken up a lot of times on Monday, especially if I didn't get, great sleep and just didn't want to do anything. So usually when that happens, I go for a walk, I have a cold shower, I, try to have some breakfast, and after that, usually then, even if I'm not in, the best of states, usually then I'm ready to go and get things done. But after all that, I felt about the same, or maybe probably a little worse, actually. And I kept getting worse and worse and worse throughout the day. It got to 2, 3 o'clock, something like that. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe I have COVID. It's 2 years after everyone already got it. Maybe I got it now, and I don't know how I would have gotten it. Maybe I did. So I went and did a test, and when I did the test, basically straight away it was like, you're positive. Lovely. All right. Let's send a message to work and not go to work for the week, because I can't stand up right now. I was putting off doing the test basically to the point where I could hardly keep my eyes open and couldn't even, properly sit up in this chair. That's how bad it got throughout that day. So I told the boss, yo, I can't come in. Right now, I think procedure was 72 hours, and then after that, it's play by ear. If you feel fine, come in. If you don't, take more days off. I don't know what businesses in your country are doing, but here, that's the way it works. At least my job, I don't know if, it's different place to place. I don't think that's a government regulation. I think that's just specifically what my work does. But that's not really important. For me, it was 72 hours. So, for the rest of that first day, here's the thing, right? I didn't take that day off in, the traditional sense of, taking a day off. Mondays, I basically plan out all of my videos. I'm not planning out videos on this Monday because of something I did also last week. So, usually I plan out videos on Monday. I was like, you know what? Surely I can plan out videos when I have no idea what's going on. I was getting kind of delirious. I was like, I need to drink water constantly all day. And somehow, I did actually plan out 6 videos, and it didn't take me longer than it normally would. Now, to be fair, I did go and pick, kind of easier topics that don't require as much thinking. So that obviously is going to lead into that. But by about 6 o'clock, I had, everything somewhat outlined to the, a usable point. Turns out later when I went back and looked at it, a lot of those videos were very poorly structured. I forgot to include references. So, like if I bring up, say, like a blog post, for example, I want to link to the blog post so I don't have to go and search it when I'm recording videos. I didn't include a lot of those, so I had to go and sort of remake them, rearrange things, get it to the point where the video is in mostly a state where I can work with it while recording. It doesn't have to be in the exactly the same as how I'm gonna lay it out, but the points need to be there. And yeah, basically. By the time I hit 6 o'clock, though, all of that was done. After that, I was like, I don't know what to do now, because Monday to Wednesday are usually all hands on board. So I'm like, I don't want to just chill here and do nothing. It's going to throw up my entire week. But I didn't have anything to do, so I started watching some anime. Like, I had nothing else to do. I did do thumbnails. I usually on Monday, I'll also decide what videos I'm going to record for that week, and then I'll do thumbnails for those videos. I don't know how I did thumbnail faces during that. I couldn't tell you. I somehow managed to make it work. I'll see if I can find... What's one of the videos that went up during that period? Or that was recorded during that period? This one. Yes. Give me 1 second.
Recently
No, shut up, Brody. Don't care. This one. If I didn't tell you that I was, like, sick and had no idea what the fuck was going on during this, you would think this is just a regular Brody thumbnail. Nothing really stands out here. Look, obviously, I was gonna say it's more basic, but I did the rest of the editing afterwards. The only thing I did on the Monday was take the thumbnail picture and cut it out. If I didn't say anything, you probably would just never really notice it. So besides that, what was I watching on Monday? What did I watch? Oh, Blue Lock. Yeah, I was watching through Blue Lock. I will talk about Blue Lock in just a bit because it's a really, really good series. But by the time it hit 8, 9 o'clock, so I didn't want to go to bed really early. I could have gone to bed at 9 o'clock and then just slept, tried to sleep until like 8 o'clock the next day or something. But like with the other things, I didn't want to throw up my sleep schedule. So I wanted to stay up till at least like 10:30, 11. So it's mostly where it is. I usually try to get to sleep around midnight or so. But I couldn't sit up past 9 o'clock. Like, my back was hurting. Everything, like, I was having, like, pretty bad muscle pains that first day. And I could not sit up in the chair. So what I did is I took my phone and basically laid down on my side, trying to find a spot where I could lean my phone without much effort, and just watched anime until, like, 11 o'clock or something. Which, it felt like the longest, like, 5 episodes I'd ever watched. There were multiple times when after an episode ended, I, like, fell asleep for a minute or two, but I guess I just woke up again for whatever reason. Oh, because I never woke up at, like, 1 in the morning or something, like, what the fuck's going on? But that pretty much concluded the first day. When it got to 11, I was like, you know what? We're done. I'm gonna sleep now. Let's hope that I'm better in the morning. In the morning, I wasn't much... Oh, I was definitely better, but I wasn't, like, good. So, Tuesdays, I usually try to record 4 videos. Usually. This one, I couldn't even talk for more than 5-10 seconds without coughing. Let alone the fact that my voice didn't really work either. My voice was... I couldn't really... Maybe, like, much above, like, this volume. Anything more than this, and it was just... And it was, like, I couldn't put any effort into my voice either. If I did, I would just cough. So, like, I couldn't record the videos like I would normally want to. I couldn't, put the level of energy in that I would want to either. Some people might argue that might be better. I don't care. That's not the way I want to record the videos. So I was not gonna record that day. I tried for like maybe 30 minutes or an hour, and I just could not get past the intro. And I was like, you know what? This is a waste of time. Let's find something else to do. I ended up just planning out videos for the entire next week. So this week right now, that's why I don't need to be recording anything, or I don't need to be planning anything on this Monday. I still do plan to plan out 2 videos because they're like kind of news topicy things, and they can just fit into my upload schedule. But I basically spent the second day doing the exact same thing as the first day. I also got most of the topics for this podcast set up as well. I don't remember at all what I planned out that day, but somehow I planned out another 6 videos, which usually I don't get 6 done in a single day. Usually it's like 4, 5-ish. Usually when it's 6, it is shorter topics. And in this case, they were shorter topics as well. They were things that didn't require, like, a ton of deep diving into a like GitHub issue, into a bug tracker, things like that. It's more like the surface level is the entire depth of the story. So I got those done. During this process, though, I think it was on the first day. I don't know if it was the first day or the second day. Once again, I was kind of delirious at the time, and things were kind of blending into each other. My housemate asked me if like I wanted anything. I was pretty much set. Like I had food for the limited amount of food that I could feel like eating. I had water, things like that. I could always go fill up water from the tap outside my room in like the kitchen anyway.